who, for like 4 years running the Raptors, regardless of personnel, have been one of the best fast break teams in the NBA, and you guys kind of turned their strength into your strength tonight. How did you do that?
We just knew that as soon as the ball was going up, we had get some guys to run back. We had it going offensively. We made a lot of shots which they couldn't really run in transition, but we just kind of used whatever they was doing. We've been working on playing faster and doing that on our end, so it worked well for us.
You guys are in a tough stretch right now. I mean, 6 out of 7 on the road, and you're back home 48 hours and back out again. What was the mindset and approach? How did you feel you guys were on point to begin this game for a wire-to-wire win?
We was juiced up. It's always a great place to play. Guys, there's some cities that we enjoy a lot, which Toronto is one of them. So the guys was ready to go. It's part of NBA that sometimes the schedule is a little rough, but whatever it's time to lace them up and go out there, we'll be ready to compete.
Well, you guys had 11 blocks tonight, but you had 3. Kaysen had 4. Just what does that say about about you guys and the different ways you guys were able to protect?
Scrappy. It's just the way we play defense. Every time we got a chance to, get a steal or a block or anything, we'll do it. But that's just the trust that we have with each other, the way we play defense, how we trust each other whenever we get beat, that the low man is going to be there to make a contest and make a great play. So Queso had 4 blocks. Nice. Yeah, he did his thing tonight.
Why is this team seems to have the culture piece down, even before we became contenders? But it's hard for teams to stay together. It's hard for teams to kind of actually pull together. You guys seem to do that.
Yeah.
If so, why? What's the secret?
Just the guys that's leading the team. I want to say, some of the guys been a good job bringing the team together. Even when we face adversity or anything. But other than that, we just having a lot of fun out there. I know we kind of young, and then we got just so much stuff that we do together, video games off the court, which help the chemistry. But whenever we got a chance to spend some time as a team, we'll do it.
Eugene Amaruri's currently playing with Raptors 905. Spent some time with OKC. Just want to know what the relationship was like with him, and he's been a journeyman. Obviously, does for the team. And what are your thoughts on just his journey?
Yeah, that's my brother. I've been knowing Eugene since high school. Spent some good time together in OKC, but he's a dog. We all know what to expect whenever he goes out there on the floor. He's going to play hard, and then he's a big key player. So. I wish him a lot of best. I know it's just a matter of time until he'll be back on the team. But I'm happy for him to just that he keeps doing this thing.
Une question en français. Bienvenue à Toronto.
Merci.
Il y a quelques années, votre équipe était dans la même situation que Toronto, une équipe jeune en pleine reconstruction. Maintenant que vous êtes au sommet, quelles sont les leçons que vous apprenez lorsque vous êtes toujours en bas, que peut-être Toronto peut apprendre pour aller dans la même direction?
Ouais, de vraiment garder la tête haute. C'est sûr que c'est pas facile d'aller dans des matchs puis perdre par comme 20 ou par 30. C'est sûr que ça fait mal, mais de garder la tête haute puis de savoir que c'est un process, ça va prendre du temps où il faut toujours s'améliorer. Puis moi, mon expérience à moi, c'était pas facile, on a perdu beaucoup de matchs, mais à la fin de la journée, j'ai été capable de voir le développement puis la vision que l'équipe, que l'organisation avait, puis on a été capable de se rendre où on est aujourd'hui. Puis, mais je leur ai dit juste de garder la tête haute puis d'apprendre toutes les leçons qu'ils peuvent.
Lou, maintenant toute la Ligue sait que vous êtes dans les favoris, toutes les foules le savent. Vous rentrez un peu dans ce qu'on appelle dans le baseball les dog days of summer, ça pourrait être les dog days of winter au basketball, mais comment tu fais pour garder ton focus sur l'objectif sur le reste de la saison?
C'est bon qu'on est rendu dans cette position-là aujourd'hui. C'est sûr que c'est une longue saison, il y a plusieurs matchs encore à jouer. Puis, comme je dis, on ne peut pas seulement penser au but final. Il faut penser au procès. Puis, il y en a plusieurs matchs encore qui sont devant nous. Mais ça fait du bien d'être dans une position comme ça. C'est sûr qu'il y a quelques années, on n'était pas dans cette position-là, on n'était pas. Mais le fait qu'aujourd'hui, on est là, faut toujours avoir faim, il faut toujours attaquer les matchs de la même façon. Puis à la fin de la saison, on va voir où on va finir.
Allô, je continue en français. Ta défense sur RJ Barrett a été excellente, bon, comme souvent sur le meilleur attaquant adverse. Quelle était un peu la clé face à lui? Et est-ce que le fait d'avoir eu des entraînements avec lui pendant tout l'été, ça t'a donné un avantage, je pense?
C'est ça. RJ, c'est comme un frère pour moi. Je joue contre RJ depuis que j'ai 14 ans. Ça fait vraiment longtemps. Puis, tout le monde connaît sait comment RJ joue. C'est un gars qui aime vraiment s'attaquer, puis surtout attaquer à gauche. Alors, la seule chose que je voulais faire, c'est jouer fort puis l'empêcher d'aller à gauche. Mais à la fin de la journée, c'était pas juste moi. C'était toute l'équipe au complet. On switchait, puis tout le monde était prêt à chaque fois qu'il y avait le ballon. C'était un effort de toute l'équipe.
Louis, you're guarding RJ pretty closely. I think you just asked my question. A guy you've known for a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure you've seen the success he's having here and getting to play for his own team. What are your thoughts on that and just seeing his growth?
It's been huge. I've been playing against RJ since I was 14, 15. And to see where we at now is actually crazy. But I'm really happy for him to be back in his hometown and putting on a show. He's been having a great season, and we spent a lot of time together, even in the summertime with Team Canada. So it's always nice to see one of my summertime teammates, doing well in this season. But I'm wishing him well, and I know he's gonna have a great season.
Why is he always able to get to his left hand?
Why is he what?
Always able to get to his left hand.
Oh, that's a skill. It's like you asking Shai why he's able to get 30 points every night. Like, I don't know. That's just a skill. But he's so left-hand dominant, and whenever he's going left, it's definitely it might be a bucket for sure.
Shai, it felt like you guys had just about every angle of the game covered throughout the night. It seemed like you guys kind of took care of business in all fronts. What were you feeling out there on the floor with your teammates?
Yeah, we were clicking for sure. Played the right way, played aggressive, played fast. We really played to our identity on both ends of the floor. Paid off.
Shai, obviously, with the level of player you are now, like you get love in pretty much every city. But what's different about the love you get here? Like, what does it feel like when you touch down?
Yeah, it's amazing. Playing in front of people that are from where I'm from. Grew up the way I grew up. Seeing the same things I've seen. It's like a little connection. Obviously, even though I don't know them or not, we share a common bond. And it's cool. I'm proud to be Canadian. To play in front of Canadians with a special feeling, whether I know them or not. And then the family piece is special in itself. Obviously, they've seen me along my journey, getting here today. And, playing in front of them is always fun.
As far as tonight, obviously you were with this team when you guys were rebuilding. You know what a rebuilding team looks like, what those years are like. I guess in these past couple of years, once you moved out of that, how have you gone about treating teams that are rebuilding when you play them?
Yeah, I always like to think like it's the NBA, it's the best league in the world, it's talented players in the world. And like you can't slight anybody because you'll lose, they'll beat you. And that's my mindset regardless who we play. Teams, I don't ever play a team's record. I go out there and give my all, and my teammates do the same thing, and I think that's why we have success.
Do you think of yourself as a Toronto guy or a Hamilton guy or both?
If you ask me where I'm from, I would say Hamilton. It's because I became who I am through Hamilton. I moved to Hamilton when I was 11. I'm there now. The majority of my life I've lived in Hamilton. It's called a special place in my life.
Shai, you spent your first senior team experience with RJ. You guys both qualified for the Olympics, played the Olympics together. You see him here with the home team, making the most of this moment and growing as a player. What are your thoughts when you see RJ playing with the Raptors and seeing how well he's doing?
Yeah, it's definitely every Canadian's dream. Play at home. For me as a kid, watching the Raptors games growing up is how I got attached to basketball. So that feeling for him must be surreal for sure. And obviously RJ, the player, is special, very talented, works super hard. Always, like every time I see RJ, he gets better. The sky's the limit because of that. I'm just happy, proud for him.
That's something you obviously dreamed about since you were a kid. Did the reality kind of meet the expectation, or was it different than you imagined?
Yeah, it did. I would say it hit more so when we were eliminated. Like the opportunity to medal and win. Obviously, we didn't get a chance to do, and like being in it, you kind of take it for granted. But like every year, I get a chance to win an NBA championship, and like every 4 years, I get a chance to try to win the Olympics. And like in 4 years, you never know what happened. Like, where I was 4 years ago, and where I'll be 4 years from now, will be completely different. So, it's a special opportunity, and if God willing, I'm around for that opportunity, I'll definitely approach it a little bit different.
The connection you have with the people here because they've seen the things you've seen. I guess, what would you say you've seen growing up in Hamilton and Toronto, and I guess what qualities of those cities do you carry with you?
It's more so just like living in Canada, growing up in the GTA, like seeing people I haven't seen. Like I saw someone tonight I played against when I was like 10. I haven't seen them since, but obviously I recognize the face. Just like things like that. Just like randomly bumping into people and connecting, and someone going to school down the street or in the next city over probably experienced the same thing I experienced, and just growing up in Canada and going through grassroots basketball in Canada and the whole journey, really.
Shai, you've been remarkably consistent on the road this season. How do you maintain that kind of consistent scoring when you're in a different market, you've traveled, you're in a different arena?
Yeah, I have a routine that I try to emulate every city I go to. That was a challenge for me early in my career. Just like I've never traveled like that playing basketball, but I kind of getting the hang of it now. So I think I figured it out.
Yeah. It seems like you've been very intentional about expanding your three-point shooting and both the volume and range, and just maybe if that's the case, why and what are you hoping to benefit from?
It's very fun. Like the process of getting better and adding something is like the best feeling to me in any sport, in competitive sports. And when it's all said and done, I want to be a basketball player with no holes in my game.
Anybody else?
Defensively, what were you guys trying to focus in on today, especially given the Raptors style of play?
Like we do with every team, you show the good player crowds, the role players, you try to make sure they play outside of their comfort zone. You try to impose your will and not let them impose theirs. You try to be more physical, try to play with more force. Nothing different than every other opponent, but trying to put our imprint on the game more than they do theirs.
Jay, I asked Mark and Lou about this morning. Like, what's it been like this year? You guys came in the season as favorites. Kind of like you're not the up-and-coming team anymore. How has that experience been, and how has it maybe shaped how you've approached this?
Yeah, it's been no different. Doesn't feel different at all. Same group of guys with a few additions that have blended in very well. But yeah, we just take it a day at a time. Try to get better with every game, every opportunity, and then hopefully by the end of the year we're where we want to be.
A young, hungry team that's played well. What you like best about the approach that you had to come in and get a wire-to-wire win?
I thought we were really ready to play from the jump. I thought the physicality early was a big-time tone setter in the game. we were ready to play, and then we were fast the other way. Rebounded the ball well against one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the league. They only got 20% of their shots back tonight, and that got us out on the break, and we shared the ball and played with some speed. So a lot of good things in the game, but also 1 of 82. We had a rhythm tonight. They missed some shots, I thought. I thought they got some decent looks that they missed, and so not overreacting to it, but the guys really, came in with a business-like approach.
Yeah, just tapping into what you mentioned about getting out and playing fast, you kind of turned what's normally their strength into your strength and neutralized their running game. How were you able to manage that?
The stops, I thought we did a great job on Barrett and Barnes. Game plan-wise, and we had our chest on those guys. We had them in the crowd, forced them to shoot jump shots or pass, which was the plan, and then cleaning up the rebounds the way we did tonight allowed us to clear some of those plays, and those combined with some of the steals really got us out on the break.
Mark, obviously you're a few seasons removed from being a rebuilding team, but you know what that looks like. You know what happens in the building when you're in that sort of era. I guess what have you made of these last couple seasons, the way your team treats teams like that when you play them?
I mean, we take them seriously. We certainly, I think the edge that we came into the game with tonight was an indicator that we took our opponents seriously. They were playing really, really well coming into the game. They had won 3 out of 4. They were playing with great confidence and speed. And so, we know on any given night you could win or lose the game. And if you want to win it, you have to earn it. And we earned it tonight. I thought our guys did a great job.
Shai took 6 threes in the first quarter, had 10 without even playing in the fourth. I mean, we've talked about his shot selection a ton, but I guess what did you see from the spots he chose tonight, and what have you made of sort of the way he identifies the nights that he can maybe do that and can't?
That's a good question for him. Hopefully it's a byproduct of how he's getting played. That's like the big thing for me with all of our players is, you want to develop solutions to how you get played individually and solutions to how you get played as a team, and then let the defense tell you what to do. That's how to create the best advantages and the most rhythm. And I thought as a team we did that tonight. I thought we did a great job of just taking what they gave us, making simple plays, sharing the ball, playing quick and decisive on the catch, shooting when we're open. I thought he played like that. I thought everybody played like that.
Coach, Isaiah Hardenstein, he's playing already really well, coming of an injury. But once he gets to his best, like after reps and getting adjusted to the system, what kind of role do you envision for him?
Well, Isaiah can get better. That's one of the things that's exciting about the age of even our like prime aged players. He's one of them. Is that they still have runway to improve. Shai can still improve. He can still improve. Lou can still improve. And so he's got some ways to go fundamentally and inside the system, as you mentioned, but his impact is undeniable. I think he does a great job of being who he is every single night on defense, on the glass, as a system player on offense, as a facilitator. And so he's very, very consistent performer. I thought he had another consistent game tonight.
You guys have been kind of on the cutting edge with some of your tactics over the last couple of years, like the way that you help on defense and like the guard actions on offense. Obviously the league's like in a constant state of evolution where teams are seeing a trend and jumping on it. I wonder if you're kind of looking into the future. Is there a next sort of big tactical evolution that you see coming into play in the league?
Yeah, all of our, I don't know, all of our tactical decisions or evolutions, as you put it, are a byproduct of who we have and what their strengths are. So it's not like we are on the drawing board saying, what's going to be the next big trend and try to get out in front of that. It's more we're on the drawing board of trying to understand our team and our players and how to best leverage their strengths, and doing so without boundaries. Doing so if it's something that's unconventional, we're willing to explore that, but it's always in pursuit of what's best for our players. And so some of the defensive stuff is a byproduct of our defensive activity and how good some of our individual defenders are. It allows us to take pretty bold risks and still be able to recover on a lot of possessions and kind of have our cake and eat it too with disruption and also discipline. And then offensively, it's the skills of our players. And so a lot of the stuff in the past has been because we've been smaller and because our fives have been perimeter-oriented players. But I think all that stuff is born out of the strengths of the teams and not necessarily like a tactical brainstorm.
Is there stuff, though, like when you watch, say, other teams or maybe even other leagues, like is there stuff that you're seeing, looking to see that you could apply to your specific person?
All the time. All the time. I mean, it's really, what are the problems we're facing and what solutions can we come up with, and what, other teams around the world, as you mentioned, face similar problems and have found solutions to those things. Because as you bang your head against the wall with problem solving, that's how your solutions have integrity. And so if you can see what other people are doing and how they're problem solving their unique problems, then you can learn from that for sure.